Hi, everybody.
Hi there.
Welcome. And welcome, Sherry. I know you just got finished working with Thomas, and he has just about a 5-minute break, and he's back again. Poor guy. Thanks for being here, Thomas. I appreciate you.
Well, thanks for inviting me again, Allie.
Sure thing. Sure thing. Last night I was watching something on TV. I don't remember. Oh, it was Black Mirror. Have you ever seen Black Mirror on Netflix?
I
No?
have
Okay, so Black Mirror is all these really wacky um, shows. It reminds you of the old fashioned, not quite as scary though, Twilight Zone. It's like that. And so I was watching that. I didn't know it was back again for 2023. So I was watching that and I'm thinking, well, I got a show tomorrow with Kevin at 7 o'clock my time. And I thought, what am I going to do all day? Well, I graded. I got almost all my grading done. And I said, why don't I ask Thomas if he'd like to play for a while? So there you are. So thanks for being here. Yeah.
again. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course.
I'm,
Of
I'm
course.
just, I'm really enjoying this.
Oh, good.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad I got my technology straightened
Spring.
out.
Yeah.
I've got
That's
a
good.
Ethernet
Uh-huh.
cable going right to the Wi-Fi router, and it
Oh, perfect.
was a lot more
Okay.
stable on the computer
Stable
than.
for you.
Yeah.
Good. Good. So I'm going to say hi to Craig and, of course, Sherry and Lynn. Hi, Lynn LeGlaire. I'm glad you could be here. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to find a time to get on when there's a live going. So we're glad you're here. Hi, a light worker. Hi, Jackie Jacaranda. And thanks for being here. So I was setting this up for Thomas and and I was listening to the news at the same time, which isn't always fun. And all I heard about was Greg Abbott, Greg Abbott, Greg Abbott. And so I said, well, I'm going to do some readings on Greg Abbott. And anyway, so there we go. And Ziggy B, hi, how are you today? And Lisa Niedermeyer, welcome. Glad you're here. The other thing I want to read about is Gavin Newsom's been saying an awful lot about Ron DeSantis and how crazy that guy is. And so um, he wants to have a debate with him. He's not a presidential candidate, but he wants to have a debate with Gavin Newsom wants to debate with Ron DeSantis. And Gavin Newsom will blow the doors off Ron DeSantis. So I think it would be awesome if they did it.
Do you have anything about Mr. Paxton?
Oh, have you heard anything about Mr. Paxton anymore?
No, other than
No.
they want to impeach him.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to think he did anything wrong.
Well,
Maybe he'll be like the old man and say he can be the attorney general from jail.
well, a lot of people get their legal knowledge when they're incarcerated.
Well, you're so right. Some people become lawyers, don't they?
Or be their own defense attorney and bring the
Correct.
case back up
Yep.
for
Yep.
review. So you know,
That's very
spend
true.
that time in jail wisely, Ken.
Well, who did that was oh, what's his name? Malcolm X did that. Although Malcolm X couldn't read. Malcolm X taught himself how to read when he was in jail, and he did that by reading the dictionary. And he
Oh
read the
wow,
dictionary and he taught himself everything he needed to know. And then he started reading other things. And he came out of jail and he was brilliant. And they'd say, "Where did you get your degree?" And he'd say, at the jail, because isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's really crazy. So, hello,
that's
Marina.
a self-made person there.
There it is. Yeah, definitely. Like you said, you don't have much else to do. You could watch reruns of Dr. Phil, I guess, or something like that, But
That dog don't hunt.
oh my God. You
Um,
always thought time in jail would greatly benefit Trump. I think so, Craig. I wish it would, but I don't know that there's anything that would, actually. Did you hear what Trump did after he went to he was in Miami and he went to the the prison, not the prison, but the courthouse, and did whatever. And then he left and went to a Cuban cafe to see people as like a whistle stop. And he went in the cafe and he said, "Everybody order. I'm paying. I'm paying." And so then he left. And he,
Well, why treat people any different than you treat your lawyers?
that's very true. We don't pay for anything. We try to just make it, come off of our name. Hello, Mary.
Pick up the bill.
What's this? You've been distraught. A man who shot his kids with a rifle in Claremont County, Ohio. Oh my God. Will this never end? Honestly, I'm so sorry to hear that. Those poor little kids. He should have turned the gun on himself instead. That's what I have to say. But that doesn't change anything. It's already happened. So I'm really sorry about that. So Thomas and I are going to read a little bit on Abbott. So today I heard that he's banned a whole bunch of books. And of course, he's done a lot of other things. Paxton, I'm sure he supports Paxton. He doesn't want anything to happen to him. No, he didn't even pay for his own meal. I believe that, Marina, honestly, because he's the president, he probably goes to McDonald's and goes through the drive-up window and just gets himself a Diet Coke and some French fries. Drives right off. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. So I saw today that there was a young girl who was a teacher and got like Teacher of the Year. I'm trying to think, was it maybe Cleveland County, Texas? I'm not sure. And so she got this Teacher of the Year award, and then she got up and she said she was leaving. She was, leaving the district. Because she was castigated for giving a book to a young girl who said she thought she might be transgendered. So she gave her a book, or, to this student. She didn't do anything with the book. She just said, "I have a book you can read if you'd like." And the parents complained, and they basically gave her all kinds of crap. Plus, this woman is a LGBTQ teacher. And I remember back in the 90s when I lived there, I worked with this guy, Bradley, where I worked, and he was married to another teacher. And he was a gay man and she was gay as well. But that's how they hid themselves they just got married to each other and lived in the same house together. But they, that was all there was to it. And I thought things had really changed there, but it doesn't sound like it. So anyway, what do you want to read on? Do you want to read on, is he going to ever go away? I don't know.
Abbott?
Do you think?
Yeah, let's read on Abbott.
All right.
As some other political channels call him, Governor Hot Wheels.
He was in an accident? Is that what happened to him? Is that why he's?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
A tree fell on him. Tree branch, tree limb.
Okay. Well, I certainly don't wish that upon anybody. But
no.
But yeah. It's almost as though these people were just lurking in the background, waiting for things to really, really change. Let's see. Oh my goodness.
So what's our question?
Well, I just want to get the general energy around him first, which is probably going to be kind of icky, so I apologize. But and then afterwards we could say, we could look into whether he's going to leave or be voted out. Is the governor race again in 2024? Do you know?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So we can say, oh, money, 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 money.
Yeah, it's the we don't want to leave this because it is such a bountiful harvest, grifting off taxpayers, taking federal money and deporting, relocating people that come across the border,
Yeah.
and promising them jobs and housing and, just scamming them and getting them out of your hair. The government, federal government, gives Texas enough money to take care of the borders and, the people that come across and the immigration. And there's certainly a path to immigration, but he's going to do everything in his power to build that invisible wall that lives in the middle of the Rio Grande here in Texas. So, I'm going to plant my hoe in the ground. I'm going to be here. You are not going to change me. My roots are solid.
They definitely are, and they're sprouting out. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, so I got, he's sprouting out and he has the guts to take on the system. I'm wondering if he's going to have the guts, though, when the Texas sheriff, the sheriff is not happy about all these people being relocated out of the, and they're checking in. I think he's one down in South Texas. But this is what he wants to be. He's just like, he's just like Orange Man.
45, DeSantos, Marjorie.
Yeah. Oh, Marina, I don't know why you don't have a wrench. Hi, Wayne. I can try to throw you one if you want. Just give me a minute. Got to get over to YouTube. You, Thomas, talks amongst yourself.
Okay. So, it is just a sweltering hot day here in Houston, and it looks like maybe some storms are going to come in a little later because the humidity is oppressive out there. My 5-minute smoke break was not refreshing at all. So it teaches me to smoke in the middle of the summer. And how Allie does all this and juggles all this is still a little amazing to me. But, she's used to being a school teacher and a mom with eyes in the back of her head and, face guns, typing here and typing there.
Oh my God. It's so funny that you say that because I had a reading when I was in Sedona. Linda Grindle gave everybody a reading that went there. That was part of what she did for us. And everybody got about 5-minute read. And one of the things she said to me was, "Oh my God, you're always so busy. You're busy. You have to be doing something, and you do this and you do that." And I said, "Yeah, that's me."
That wasn't a stretch then.
No, it wasn't a stretch. No. So thank you so much. Yes, I was telling Thomas, I don't miss it. When I lived in Houston, it was oppressive. It was so oppressive all the time. And then you'd get the thunder and lightning storms. That was where the lightning was. Florida's got them too, but Texas, I had a lot of lightning storms coming and hitting the trees around my house. So anyway, yeah.
I came from Iowa, and they have some good thunderstorms as well.
Ooh,
and when I lived in San Diego for 7 years, I actually missed thunder and lightning. You could see it up on the mountains in the background. You could see lightning, but you'd never hear the thunder because it was so far away.
So far away. Yeah. Well, you got the tornadoes there too.
Yeah, well.
But it's the winters. My husband went to chiropractic college in Davenport. He said it was the coldest winters that he ever saw, ever.
It's bone chilling. It's like 5 months. All you can do is play cards. So
should have taken up tarot then, right?
Yeah, should have taken up tarot. Otherwise it was cribbage, backgammon, or euchre.
Okay. Well, the board games are always. I love board games. I really do. I'd rather play a board game. I don't play the computer games like everybody else when the kids do, but board games for me, I love, including, of course, Monopoly that's up behind you. So anyway, so yes, you guys can put up questions if you'd like. We will be happy to answer them. We're just going to play a little bit longer with some of the silliness of the political scene here. Last night I heard Lauren Boebert apparently had to show how much money she made. And she said she's down to $15,000 in her bank account. And they said, well, you had a book and you're not showing us any royalties that you earned on it. And I thought to myself, well, who would buy it? But, I don't know.
Selling it for, $450 as an NFT.
So Marina wants to know if you play, is it euchre?
Yeah, euchre. Yes.
Is that a card game?
It's a card game with the high cards in the deck, and when you name a suit or no trump.
Yeah.
And the suit, the highest ranking card is the jack of that suit, and the next ranking card is the jack of, if it's
whatever suit,
clubs, it's spades.
Then
Ace, king, queen. So it's and then there's all sorts of
ways you can do it. Okay. Did you play canasta at all? Has anybody played canasta here?
It's been a long time since I played canasta.
For me too. For me it was hard to remember how to play it. Yeah, definitely.
And melding, and that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I was a kid when they were trying to teach me how to play it, so I think that probably didn't help. But I remember thinking
rummy is better for kids.
Yeah, that's true.
And then my grandpa, he was quick at the pencil when he kept score for dominoes. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
Tough to win against Grandpa.
Wow. That's cool. I love that. But that's kind of fun. Must have been fun to play with Grandpa. You know? Yeah.
I only had the paternal grandmother, and then in the last 10 years of her life, she met Grandpa Les, and they got married. Okay. She had somebody to dote on, and he was spoiled as a king, Yeah. So I'm so glad that they got together the last 10 years and had a happy time, because my grandmother was widowed in about 1940 when my dad was 10.
Wow. Okay. That's a long time to be a widow. Wow. Okay. Well, that's really awesome. My aunt did that. She was, my aunt was married to my father's brother, and then he passed, and then she married this other man, and she lived with him. He passed away at some point, but my aunt was an organist, and she played beautiful music. And the last 3 or 4 years of her life, she met this guy named Richard, who was like an old bank manager, retired. She was 97 and he was 98, and they got married to each other.
Wow.
And it was so sweet. And there was so much love there. And he actually even wrote a song for her and taped it and saved it for her. It was just really cute. It was like, wow, it's never too late. It's never too late. Yeah.
So, Eileen Cannon, and she's with the documents case, right, for Trump?
Yeah, no, she is down in Miami. She's the one that she was in the beginning.
That he'd turned everything over.
Yes,
wasn't the case.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. By the way, I did hear this, and Linda G was talking about it last night, and she said that Jack Smith might have something up his sleeve in case this thing doesn't go well in Miami. he may do a documents case also in New Jersey, because in Bedminster they found stuff too. And if you're throwing something out in Miami, or she does any shenanigans in Miami, maybe it will still be able to be done. Hi, Barbara. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. All right. Oh, wow.
So my card for Eileen Cannon is the 5 of Swords, which is the 5 of Spoons here.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's not playing a fair game, because
Yep.
they took the swords and the spoons, and Dougie here is eating all the ice cream. So
Mm-hmm.
this is Trump eating all the ice cream, because he's not going to play a fair game.
Yep.
We already knows that lawyers are jumping ship left and right, because he doesn't can't pay.
Yep. Yep.
So until it's a fair game, I think she's just as disillusioned as 45. I think I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. So why should I take myself out?
Yeah. Yep. And Marina said that Jack could also call her as a witness because of the previous case she ruled on. That's very true. That's very true. So I got similar to you. You got the ice cream, eating the ice cream. I got that there's a gift going on here from a wealthy man. And they're so to speak, I'm sure they're not physically lovers, but they're in bed with each other, basically. Yeah. And
at least
there's going to be a change. That's what I got last. There's going to be a change made. Whether that change is that somebody recognizes, I'm hoping that that's what it means, that there will be a change of judges in the case. But I think it might be because of some fishy behavior. So Sue says, Glenn Kirshner also expects that others from the law help her to find a way to get her out. Yeah, I know. That's true, Sue. That's very true. He is hoping that actually, if she does nefarious stuff, even Jack Smith might be able to say he wants a new, he would like a new judge there. Yeah. Well, that was a gift from a wealthy man. And he got $7 million on Tuesday from donors.
So, and then what, 5 billion went from the Saudis.
Yep. Yeah, there's something with that. I know Jared got the money, but he might be the middleman. I don't know. He might be. Oh, you're welcome, Sue.
Maybe they're gonna finance his Trump Taj Mahal Saudi. No gambling. If you get caught gambling, we'll behead you.
No pork fried rice or pork pulled rice.
No looking at women's hair.
That's right. No, yeah. Everyone must wear a cover up, and they probably would have. No offense to any Muslim people, because I have a lot of friends that are Muslim, but it wouldn't surprise me if they had a temple in there or something that you'd have to go into. So what would they do there? They can't drink, they can't eat pork, and they can't gamble. What are they going to do in there? Wouldn't be very much fun for them.
There's going to be they're going to make pilgrimages to the building and walk around the statue of Trump 7 times. That's the golden Trump. Oh, but they can't. Maybe the name Trump, because they can't do images of people, right?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. So I was telling Thomas about Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, and he was on with Sean Hannity, and he actually gave Sean Hannity his what's on a plate. He was awesome. He's an awesome person. And so he said he would love to debate with Ron DeSantis, because he went on there and he went on and on about Ron DeSantis. And so I'd like to know if they will have a debate, if they will have a debate. If DeSantis is like, oh, no big deal, bring it on, that kind of thing. But
okay, just a yes or no.
Yeah, will they be having one?
Okay, so we get the Eight of Pentacles. It's hard work, but if he can wrangle it, he'll get a debate.
Uh-huh.
And Newsom is going to be so fast and so quick on the draw with the chariot here. Those won't know what encircled him.
Oh my God. So I got this island thing going on, and then I got poof, the smoke comes, and I can see that Newsom smokes him and puts him in a hole. He can really run right over him. Run right over him. Put him in a gopher hole. Oh my Lord.
This is for entertainment purposes.
Entertainment purposes. That's right.
Allie is entertaining me this afternoon.
I don't know. These every day it's another clown show. It's another circus. Every single day for whatever reason. Right.
If my monkey brain thought for days on end, I couldn't come up with this shit.
Really, it's truth is stranger than fiction. Absolutely. Yeah. So does anybody have any questions they want us to ask? Any personal ones? We promise we won't be mean to you. Oh, there you go. Oh, you wanted to be mean?
Well, it's so uncharacteristic of me. It's kind of fun at times. Isn't that why people in Hollywood like to play the villain?
Well, that's what they say. Yes, absolutely. So I have to just mention that if anybody on here is an Outlander fan, I read all the books and I've watched all the seasons. It's back today. So if anybody here is an Outlander fan, it's back on Stars, and there's one episode already up. So I'm going to just shut up about it. So Newsom is playing 5D chess while DeSantis is playing checkers. Yes, and actually DeSantis is playing checkers with just stone, the old stones that you find on the ground. The little. He doesn't even know how to play them with the plastic ones. You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh God. Oh, Marina, you're something else. Oh. It's Friday. I'm not sure if something's going to be coming out within the next week or so, although they said that it's very close to another indictment coming. So I would like to ask the question, do you think that this indictment might be coming out next week? And if so, or an indictment, and if so, which one? Because there's so many. If you can figure that out from the cards. So we've got Letitia James, we've got Fannie Willis, we've got January 6th, and there's probably more, but those are the three. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know which one is coming first, but the false knight offers us a gift. So it may not be next week, but because he's standing still.
Yep.
The horse is standing still, but he is offering up that seed of hope for all of it. Seed of hope.
Yeah.
That things come through. if I had to say, I would say it's Georgia, Fani Willis.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's
That's
just my
what you're
opinion.
feeling. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know why, but I got the sprout. Oh, you think it's January 6th, Jane? And soon? Very possible. I got something that's sprouting up. In other words, it's almost grown to its full capacity, but it hasn't quite gotten there yet. And it's got blood on its hands. So I'm going to say January 6th because,
Yeah, the deaths.
and it has to do with the majestic whale, which we know who that is.
Isn't that same evidence that Jack Smith had to go
Yes,
through last time we read?
absolutely. And look, the smoke. No, there's not going to be anyone blowing smoke at this. And I do know that people such as Lindsey Graham have come out and said, we're not going to deal with any thing with January 6th and blah blah blah. And there was a whole list of actually Congress, not senators, but Congress people that had attended a meeting with Mike Pence to convince him to overturn the election. And there were 10 people from Congress on that list. There was, some of them we already know, like Margie and Matt and Jim Jordan and a few others. And then we have some that aren't even in there anymore. Gomert from Texas. And trying to think, there's one from, they're all Republicans, of course. But yeah.
John
Yeah.
Cornyn.
No, I don't think John. Well, it didn't say the Senate. He's a senator, isn't it? Isn't he? Yeah. So no, it was. So Cornyn and Ted Cruz are your senators, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
I
I'm sorry.
I stay here for the weather because it's the lesser of the three evils or the four.
It's
evils.
okay. It's okay. I've had a lot of people get upset with me if I say, "Why are you still living in Florida?" And they're like, "Well, because I like Florida." I know, but how can you live there? Because I like living here. I have to shut up about it. Everybody got to pick where they live that works for them, and they don't. It doesn't mean anything about what they believe in. Yeah.
Somebody on my cruise put up the cruise calendar, so we're 98 days and counting. So.
Oh, are you going on a cruise?
Yes, I'm going out of Galveston to Key West and Nassau, Bahamas, and Freeport, Bahamas.
Good for you. Wow. That's fabulous. Congratulations. I went a few years ago out of Miami, and we went to Puerto Rico and St. Martin and another saint. I can't think of them. Down in that area. Yeah. Yep. And it was great, but oh my God, was it hot? It was really, especially in St. Martin.
We're going at the beginning of hurricane season, so but I've had cruises 3 years same time, so haven't run into any problems yet.
So. Well, good. That's awesome.
And they'll they'll just steer around any bad weather if there is, and maybe have an extra sea day for.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. When I was out there in August of 2017 when they had that eclipse of the sun.
Oh,
and we were out there on the out on the deck with those little glasses you could wear to look at it and everything. It was a lot of fun to be out there then. It really was. It was cool because we were able to see everything. Yes, Jane, a blue dot in a red state. That's right. Yeah. So the ones that went to Russia before the election, that would have been Perry, I think. The one in Johnson and was it Cruz? Did he go to? But yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yep, I definitely know who you're talking about. Wow. So let's see what else we can talk about here today. I heard there was a really bad tornado last night somewhere. Yeah, where was it?
Last I heard, it was 3 people that died. A panhandle, I believe. Um,
The Panhandle of
one of the
Texas
towns
or in
that I'd
Oklahoma? Okay. Okay.
one of the towns that I'd never heard of, but I'm not native to Texas. You know,
Yeah.
we used to play games with the map in the car on car trips in Iowa, so I knew all those little towns.
I've traveled across on I-10 many times. And when I lived there, because I would go over to New Mexico or I would go to Arizona or whatever, and it's just the most endless road you ever were ever on. And the same way going to Florida, when you go through that part of Texas, and then you go through Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama, it's like on and on along that. And you got to be so careful because the cops are out on the roads and they want to make some money for their little towns, so they. There's lots of speed traps out there.
When you go through Louisiana, over the Cheflaya Bridge, it's like a 20-mile bridge.
Yeah.
They just got people pulled over.
They got people everywhere. Yeah. Yep. Perryton, Texas. Oh, okay, Suzanne. That's where it was? All right. That's just so sad, though. I'm guessing that those people obviously didn't make it into either a storm basement or, of course, in Texas, I don't know that people have basements as much as they do in other places.
Not down south, maybe up north, but it seemed to be like modular homes or trailer homes.
Yeah.
That seem to get.
Oh, yeah, they're just tin.
Because they're not tied down.
Correct. Yep. Huh. I worry about that here too because I live in a modular home, and when the wind gets bad, I have a lot of trees here that concern me more that they'll fall down rather than me be picked up. But everywhere you go, there's some kind of a hazard, and so it's one thing.
Modular homes are beautiful. They come pre-done and they're well thought out, and the spaces are good living spaces. So, I call, if you'd ever call me trailer trash, that's a step up from what I'm living in right now.
I never thought I would live in one, but I love it. It's perfectly fine for me. I don't like having up and down. I like just being on a flat surface, especially the older I get. So yeah, I understand. And it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yep. So let's see what else we can talk about. First Lady Jill Biden is speaking out against. Hi, Marita. Nice to see you. Speaking out against Trump, basically. And Joe isn't saying a word, but apparently Jill is saying a lot. And I'm proud of her for standing up for her husband and against who. And so let's see, what do I want to know? Is she's probably going to get a lot of CRAP from Fox News and that sort of ilk. But I'm wondering how other people will see her doing this. You know what I mean? How they'll feel about it. So let's read on the energy around that. And anybody can put questions up if you want them answered. Marita says hello to you. Mm-hmm.
Well, from the other deck that I'm reading from, I got the Chariot again. Oh. So they're fast to criticize the news people for Jill, but she's not going back down. She knows she's right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, even when you get out of school, there's still bullies, and
that's true. Yep.
She's got a backbone. Thank goodness for a person with a backbone.
Yep, she definitely does. So I do see that there will be some overthinking about her doing it. In other words, because she is his wife, that that he isn't saying anything. He's making her say it. That's what I think is going to be said, which isn't true because she's her own person. She's got the energy and the motivation to defend, what her husband has done. And I believe that those of us who know will think it's fine. It's just the others that won't. But she is being very vulnerable by putting up her empathy and her concern. And there's a lot underneath the water. In other words, you can only see a little bit of it, but there's a lot that will be buried deeper. I don't know. I'm proud of her. But you know what happens if there's a woman who stands up and says anything, then she's what is it? A wicked woman, or she's
Yeah, it rhymes with witch.
Yes, she's a witch. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so unfair, the double standards that this patriarchal society has for females. The total lack of total disregard for the one species, the one in the species that carries life and can make it.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. So this is a great question. So everybody thought they saw Melania at the at that booking. She wasn't there, and she'll never be there. It was somebody else, and they even said who she was. Was it Martha Martin or something like that? Somebody that kind of looked like her. But remember, he doesn't know what she looks like anyway, because remember, he points to the picture and says, well, he said this one was Marla. So he doesn't really know. And it was Eugene Carroll. Yes. So, Trump might have thought she was really there that day. He may have. I don't know. It's Hi, Michelle Williams. It's nice to see you.
I know women want to outlaw the little blue pill, but we should outlaw red pills.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, well, it's fine, Jane. You were rudely interrupted. That's awful. When I'm in the middle of a deep sleep and somebody calls me, that's why I leave my phone on mute most of the time, so I don't have to hear it. Yeah. Hi, Sonia. Yeah. Welcome. So.
Sonia is one of my newest subscribers. She subscribed while I was on with Sherry.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for doing that, Sonia. That's great. We love that. Yes, Thomas, tarot your way. If you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, please go over and do so. The information is below in this. And Thomas has really taken off here. He has been on with. Have you been on with any guys yet?
Gerald Stash.
That's right. You were on with Gerald. Okay. Most of us ladies, we scooped you up. So
and Robin.
And Robin. Okay. Yep. Awesome.
From Toadstool Tarot.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Do we have a question yet?
I think she wants to know. I don't know if you want to know any more about the fake Melania. Thanks, Marina. Thanks, dear.
I think fake Melania can make some money off this. She got nine of Pentacles. So book your Halloween appearances now with mismatched Melania.
There you go. And she's a breath of fresh air, or maybe she's been blown away. I don't know. Oh, you just gave me a great idea. Let's talk about some possible Halloween costumes this year. We could have the Jack Smith. We could have the Jack Smith. We could have what else?
A palette of soggy waterlogged boxes.
Yeah, we could go as a box with documents in it, right? Okay. We could go as Waltine Nada. There's a picture of him adjusting Trump's collar on the golf course. All right. Politician Tiara Mack. She is from Rhode Island. Okay. What do you want to know about her, Marita? Hi, Christine. Do you want to know, is she gonna is there a specific area that you want to know? Like, is she gonna remain in power, or um we could certainly read on it blind. I don't know.
Consult the Google machine.
I know. I wish they had that when we were younger. Gee whiz. We could have Googled everything and never gotten our stuff wrong.
Oh, we do have to credit Texas with one good thing. We're about to celebrate a holiday that nobody else celebrates in the country. It's called Juneteenth. And it was 2 years after slavery was abolished and news finally got to Texas that Black people were free.
I can't believe Texas celebrates Juneteenth. I'm surprised. You mean, what's his face hasn't pulled that yet?
Well, it actually went through under his.
It did?
The second
He did
year.
something good. He did something good. Wow.
Well,
okay.
Karen Mack.
So, yeah, Marita wants to know what her political future is. Oh, it is a national holiday now, Jane? Okay. Biden just made it a federal holiday. Oh, cool. Okay. So, Marita, I don't know what this card means, but the first card I get is a farmer. And so I'm guessing that she is planting the seeds that she needs for her career, and that she is diligently working behind the scenes to stay in as a representative or a person in power. You know that when you're a farmer, you have to plant things and water them and so on and so forth and till the soil. I'm guessing that's her, but she has a baby angel here on her shoulder. So it looks to me as though she's sort of divinely placed in this particular role that she'll play. But I get that she will have to wrestle a little bit with perhaps an opponent, maybe in the future. I don't know if she'll win or not, but and I don't think she'll get killed, but I'm thinking that she may pull the trigger on introducing new legislation or doing something that will help the constituency she serves.
So the only thing I could read about was that she posted a twerking video of herself.
A twerking video.
So
okay.
It gets you views, but I don't know if it gets you respect. Oh, I didn't. I put that right back on the top of the deck. Yep. And there's Dougie and his ice cream.
Okay. So she's a strong advocate of LGBTQ rights. So, yep. That, she's planting those seeds. There you go. Oh, who's that?
Three of brooms. She's waiting for her ship to come in. Got the little bluebird of happiness on her finger, so she may have to send the bluebird far out into the ocean to bring her ship in.
Okay.
He's a Democratic candidate, and we know it's hard for others to get in with everybody and to get elected. So she may have an uphill battle, but if she gets in, I think she will try to
make changes. Yeah,
make changes, get women's rights, back to where we need them, and LGBTQIA. I don't know how many letters we added this year.
Right.
But I am of that ilk. That's just one facet of me. It's not definitely not the primary facet anymore.
Mhm.
Um, uh,
Mhm.
First of all, I identify as a person, a human.
That's me. Somebody asked me the same a question about me. I'm an earthling. I'm a human. Yeah.
Well, uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got my space alien stories to tell, but I don't think that's my origin. I just think it has.
Probably not, but in this life it is. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, I'm guessing that she's planting the seeds, but she's got an angel on her shoulder, and I think that's really good for her. But I think it's going to be a tough. It's she'll be wrestling for the job, but I think she'll do all right. I think she will. I don't know if she'll win or not, but she'll get her name in there. It reminds me a lot of Beto O'Rourke. I mean, he actually did win if they had counted all the votes, but it's almost as though at least we all know his name now, and the people of Texas know his name, and so um, it's something that's valuable to
I think
just
um, maybe Buttigieg can't say
yeah,
the name,
right.
has better name recognition at the moment.
Well, that's true, but this is in Rhode Island that she's talking about, so it isn't anybody like Buttigieg. I would love to see him as the president. At some point, I think he's very smart. I think he's very articulate and just a nice overall guy. So
We may have to rehaul our thought processes of first lady, first man.
yeah, well, we
Well,
did it. We did it with Kamala. So it's already sort of been done with second gentleman, right? Yeah. Christine, we did talk about Judge Cannon in the very beginning, and we did say that we don't. Both Thomas and I said there's something fishy going on. It's like a gift, or it's some kind of payment going on between, and this is for entertainment purposes only, something like that, and that in the end it looks like there'll be a change. And if there is a change, I would think that Jack would consider calling her, especially if he decides to open up the case in New Jersey as well, because some of those documents were found at Bedminster. So they have to go where the documents were. So yeah. So June 16th is Juneteenth now. Thank you, Mai. Her state celebrates on August 4th. So
Yeah. Well, the traditional holiday is June 19th
yeah.
for Texas.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I think they're going to make it a federal banking holiday, and so it'll be this upcoming Monday.
Upcoming Monday. Okay. Yeah, because they made it for June 16th, but it's going to be celebrated on June 19th, right? So we can read on that, Christine, whether or not that Judge Cannon was randomly selected. You don't think she was? So was she? I don't know that there's very many choices, and she's only done. Actually, somebody said she's only done cases before for people that have come over the border and they get reintegrated into society after being vetted or something like that. She doesn't have any experience in any of this. When I found out she was born in 1981, I thought, wow, yeah.
We got our head in the clouds.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastical thoughts. So, Trump thought she was his ace in the hole, and she thinks that she can gain notoriety and, step up to the Supreme Court one day, just because she's so good.
Yeah.
Um, She's just not looking that there's all sorts of things in those cups. There's good things and there's bad things. So, a bad thing in one of those cups is no money.
Mm-hmm.
A good thing in one of the cups is she gets her notoriety and fame.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
it's a give and take.
Yep. That's very true. So she's had a total of 14 hours in court cases, Christine said. Wow. That's
the lawyer for me.
It's like anything. You take a rookie coming out of law school, or you take even a professor coming out of their first year teaching, and you don't make them the dean of the college, or you don't make, it's just totally crazy. So I get a demon here. And so I'm thinking that this, you're probably right, that she wasn't randomly selected, because she had been demonized by those 3 people that didn't agree with what she said the last time. But she's clawing her way up to the top. She doesn't want to recuse, I'm feeling. And she's got a lot of little elves working on it. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Wow. The other night, somebody said something about Clarence Thomas. Oh, it was the great Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. I love him. He's wonderful. And he came on to talk about he's on the ethics committee, and he said, how Clarence Thomas and others need to have that kind of rules, ethics rules, because you're asking other judges in other places to have ethics rules. But if you're not doing that in the Supreme Court, then yeah, I really like Sheldon Whitehouse too. He just wrote a book, and I gave it to my husband because I thought he loves politics, so I wanted him to read it. Of course, he hasn't read it yet, but all right, Michelle, I'll take your question. But right now, let's just check and see whether or not something will happen with the ethics committee with Clarence Thomas. Is that all right? Oh my. You're muted. I don't know if you're talking, but you're muted.
It was funny too. Darn.
It was.
Clarence, I think I have ethics when I read, so but so I can drop ethics in other places. So Clarence, whoever your benefactor is, can you get me a cruise? I'll even suffer you and Jenny.
Yeah, come on. I call him Chucky instead. Come on, Chuck. Let's get with it. Let's get with it. Oh my goodness.
Who do we have here? We have the Queen of Wands. So this is about Trump's attorney.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen of Wands. What would I say about that? Well, she wasn't selected for Fire and Passion because she's on her head. She's in over her head. She's buried up to her neck in sand. So the Black Cat has more of a chance of defending Trump than she does.
Oh, but you're talking about canon. I was talking about, okay.
Oh, I was reading the question up here that Christine had.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can.
Who are we talking about?
I was asking about Clarence Thomas and whether or not the ethics committee.
Okay, so he's definitely influenced by Jenny.
I was thinking that was Jenny Thomas when you pulled it up.
Yeah. it's unfortunate that it's a black cat. But
Yeah.
so she just may be the queen, and Clarence is her pet.
Is her pet. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. So I see here that he's part of the swamp that's being wanting to be drained. It's so funny when you have somebody say, we need to drain the swamp, we need to drain the swamp, and they're the swamp monsters, really. That's what you get. He needs to be sent home packing because he can't see the forest through the trees. Yeah. He doesn't see that he's done anything wrong. Jane, you like that one. Oh, goodness sakes. All right, we got one more because we're right at an hour. And Thomas is ready for his nap.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Oxygen exchanges. I'm reading up brain cells today.
I get it, and it's okay. Oh, her pet, Jane's laughing and laughing because you called the cat her pet. Oh, that's good. Yeah. All right. Will Ron DeSantis be the Republican presidential candidate? You know what?
I hope so, because, then the Democrats just may have a shoe-in.
My feeling is that he has been such a bulldozer in Florida, destroying everything about the state, that people who, and there were even some people saying they were going to vote for him, but they felt bad for Trump because of what's happening to him, so they're going to flip to Trump. But I think a lot of people are going to say, wait a minute, look what he's gutted Florida. He's really flattened it out because he spends a lot of time looking at himself in the mirror. He thinks he's pretty interesting, much like a couple of the others in there. But I get a sunken ship, and he's the dead one floating on top. So I don't know. For entertainment purposes only. Right now he's got 23%, and Trump has 53%, and all the others have 2%. So. Oh no! Goodness. Oh goodness. Okay.
How you just can't.
You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I know.
Well, we call him to Satan, and there he is, right there. It's just bad news.
He definitely is.
Don't get in league with the Satan. Don't sell your soul to him. Don't.
Do you remember many years ago when Howard Dean was talking and he started going? He was talking loud over all the noise, and he went, "We're gonna take this home, woohoo!" He went like that. Do you remember that? Seeing that at all on TV? No.
In Watergate?
No, not that Howard Dean.
Okay.
The guy from Vermont. Yeah, I think that's his name, Howard Dean, wasn't it? Anyway, he was running for president, and that tanked him. Well, what I've seen recently is DeSantis smiling at babies and going right in their faces, scaring the bejesus out of them. Oh. So, yeah, it did ruin him, Mary. You're right, it did. Yeah, and so every little thing, every little drop of water, is like a Chinese water torture. When you're running, there was Edmund Muskie when he was running for president. It was snowing in New Hampshire, and he was out in the snow giving a speech, and he had looked like he had tears rolling down his face, and nobody wanted him because he was crying. So I don't know. Sometimes you just give people a little rope and they hang themselves with it.
I think it was in Iowa. Gary Hart won the caucuses.
Yes.
And then he was caught with another woman on a boat or something.
On a boat, monkey business. On the boat, monkey business. Yeah. So, no, you're right, Michelle. It doesn't happen to him, to Trump. It doesn't. But he has people that love it because he makes fun of other people. That's why they really like him the most, because he's willing to yeah, it's kind of sad.
He's,
You have to
he's
flush
willing
50,
to stir the pot.
stir the pot. Yeah. Yeah.
He's if
Very
he gets
cordial.
away, if he gets away with it, everything, he's Teflon Don.
Yeah. Yep. That's very true. So I'm just going to write this again. For entertainment purposes only. Yeah, he's a reality TV star. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. He gets away with it so much. Yeah, I know.
Are you confusing what reality is on the TV?
Well, it's the same with the Kardashians, right? We watch them and we go, not me, but people watch them and they think, oh yes, this is the real world.
You have to admire the girls. They've made clothing and makeup and
true. They've made something.
They are enterprising. Somebody taught them about business.
Yeah. How about Reality Baby? How about that one? That might be it, because they have those little Trump babies in the balloons whenever that.
I saw a picture of the Trump balloon in Europe again on a meme.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Well, Thomas, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on quickly here right after doing a marathon with Sherry, and appreciate it. And I just really enjoy being with you, so I'm glad you could do it. I'm going to be on tonight with Kevin at 7 p.m. Kevin, the healing medium. We're going to do something different. I'm going to interview him like James Lipton did in the Actors Studio. Going to do that. See how that goes, and then do some readings. So okay. Yeah, we'll do that. And what do you got coming up? You got something coming up soon?
I've got 11 o'clock tonight is when I'm trying to make my show. Just keep it an hour. And Hershey's been my guest the last couple of weeks. So
good. Yeah.
You got a shadow read from Hershey, and
she's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. And she doesn't gild lilies, that's for sure. She so I appreciate her coming on. And then tomorrow, laugh with Lisa, Kindness and Light at noon.
Oh, good.
So I don't know who the panel is going to be, but there's usually 4 or 5 or 6.
Yeah. Good.
She just picks the topic and tries
to
just
come along.
Laughter. Let's raise the vibration and get.
Let's raise the vibration. That's right. Yep. So yes, thank you. Thanks everybody for coming over and spending some time with us. You have a great weekend. Thank you, Thomas.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.